EPN Plays is presented by P&P Games. All right, you guys ready? Reanimal. I don't know anything about this. I've just heard that it's very creepy, and it's a lot more kind of spooky than Tarsier's Little Nightmares, which are fantastic. How do I sound? Everything okay? Is this okay? Do I sound okay? Do we hear creepy music in the background? Just have to click on my Reanimal stuff there. Okay, now I think I have control. I do. All right. We good, you guys? I see you, JBJ. First to the key, first to the egg. Love it. I beat this game with my buddy. Wrapped it in 2 sessions. We loved it. Daxmus Prime, right on. DJ Uncle J, happy Tuesday. Hella Bootsy, great to have you here. Oh, it said reanimate? Oh no. Do I have the wrong title? Let me see. Let me just double check here. I'm on Twitch right now. It says Reanimal. Oh, yes it does. It auto-corrected. 1 second. Let me get that right. Reanimal. Reanimal is not a word. Is that right? Okay. Done. Hopefully that's correct. It's very far away. It's hard for me to read. Okay. 1 second here. There we go. I'm surrounded by screens and technology. I'm in like one of those aircraft navigation systems right now, it feels like. All right, let's play some Reanimal. A lot of popping with your audio. Thank you, thank you. Okay, that's what I needed to hear. So I have to unplug the camera and plug it back in because it's 2026 and technology. Okay, here we go, you guys. 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. How does that sound? Is that better? Is that okay? Let me know in the chat, you guys. Yes, thank you, thank you. All right, okay, here we go, you guys. Much better. Right on. You did promise us tech issues, so it's all good. There's always tech issues, especially when you play a game on the PC at the same time as you're streaming off the PC. I've noticed that. Okay. All right, here you go. You ready? And I'm playing this on my Razer Blade 18 laptop. It's got an NVIDIA 5090 laptop card on it, so it should handle this fantastically well. Okay, here we go. Single player. I do have FSR on here, and we're running in performance, so hopefully it looks and sounds okay. Hold on, just getting untangled from cables. Okay, here we go. Single player, new game. Haven't touched this, haven't seen this, don't know how it plays. Let's hope for another game to add to the wish list inspired by Vic. Omni/. Well, the job is to bring you these games and show you this stuff and play it together and talk about it and give you my impression. That's my gig. That's what I do. Snap, crackle, pop. Thanks, Daxmus. Yeah, usually if I unplug the camera and plug it back in, Luna's dogs, I know it's so lo-fi and low-tech, but it usually works. All right, I'm creeped out already. All right. Jack Hoppins played the demo. We're surrounded by incredible things to play right now, you guys. I think tomorrow I'm trying to put a little package together of Nintendo Switch 2 ports, and we'll play a few of them. I've got kind of 4 that I'm looking at, and we'll play a bunch of ports tomorrow so you guys can see how these games all play. Does that sound cool? Morning, Cryptic. Oh, it's not that long, 7-Eleven says. I'm cool with that. I'd rather have an impactful, shorter amount of time, especially if it's not priced too expensive, than a game that just overstays its welcome any day of the week. The game that I always think about is Eco, and the first Red Dead Redemption, which was not too long. It was perfect. And games that make you melancholy because they end, they're so profound. You know, you guys ever feel that? Like you finish the game and it's like, oh man, I don't want to leave this world. But you're never going to forget that. What you are going to forget are the extra hours that you play to grind to beat a final boss. I feel like Naughty Dog's Uncharted games and the Last of Us games are perfectly paced, and the Spider-Man games from Insomniac are perfectly paced. Miles Morales is a fantastic example. That does not overstay its welcome, and again, you conclude it, and it's like, I don't want to leave this world. It's incredible, and I feel like games really should aspire to do that more, especially in this crowded ecosystem that we're in. There's so much entertainment. So it's not Little Nightmares, but it feels like it's very evocative of Little Nightmares. Eco, fire, the sound and score was incredible. Hella Bootsy. That was such a magnificent accomplishment, that Eco game. Oh my god. I'll definitely stream that when we get to that part of... we might actually be past it in EP. I know we had Fumita Ueda in our episode 100, so maybe well, whenever it comes up, I'm gonna stream some Eco. That's a game I want to go back to. Saw the Wolverine news, so definitely we're going to be streaming and enjoying some Wolverine in mid-September. I can't freaking wait. It's Wolverine Grand Theft Auto 6 for me, guys. Like, that's how high it is. You know, and I know we've been waiting forever for Grand Theft Auto 6, but I'm just as excited for Wolverine. How about you guys? September 15th is the release date, 7-Eleven. Just announced today. Wolverine over GTA, Stephen Watts. I don't know if they posted a new trailer. I just saw the release date. This is stunning. Insomniac does not miss, you guys. This is a gorgeous freaking game. Wow. Look at this. The atmosphere here is just killer. I will have a review of Resident Evil 9 very soon, and I'm going to have a special guest reviewer with me. This looks freaking fantastic. Wow. This is quite the opening. Is that looking all right on the stream? Sounding okay? That's cool. So the suggestion of the waves coming up is where you're docking the boat. That's cool. That's some nice artistic artistic design kind of leading you in a direction there. I like that. I mean, this looks like I'm playing concept art, man. This is freaking beautiful. So they didn't need the Little Nightmares brand, I guess. These guys could go ahead and just like, yeah, we'll just make a new IP. I think that might be a conflict of interest if I had Leon S. Kennedy as my guest reviewer for Resident Evil 9. I don't know. Never had a game character help me review their own game. That would be a first. I've done everything with these shows, but I haven't done that. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, get David Hayter to help me review Metal Gear Solid games. That would be wild. I actually had this crazy idea that I should reach out to Phil Spencer and ask him if he wants to help me review games. Come up to Vancouver, man. Got some time on your hands? Metal Gear. This is Tarsier, same team that made Little Nightmares. Hella Bootsy. I love that brand. I love your gamer tag, by the way. Or your lifestyle brand. Or whatever it is. It's great. Hella Bootsy. I think of Bootsy Collins. I feel the funk, man. Okay. I can't wait to play the Captain America Black Panther game. That's Amy Hennig and Skydance. That's their first game. They've been heads down for a while. I expect some big things out of that. I think they had a spec, and then I think it's grown. Because now everything is going to be compared to what Insomniac pulls off. There we go. That's what we need. So I feel for Marvel, especially if you're making a 3D Marvel experience. You know, Marvel Rivals, or Marvel Rivals is pretty cool, but the Fighting Souls, the Tokon game, it's going to be some pretty heavy competition if you're partnered with Marvel. Okay, so it's the Y button to activate stuff. Oh yeah, Angel Barrios, the Cap and Black Panther game is still coming out. Marvel 1943. Can't freaking wait, man. That just feels like it's made for me. It feels. I love that era of Cap. I love the first Captain America film. I liked what Next Level Games did with the Sega Captain America game. That was really fun, which actually inspired Captain America Winter Soldier. Chris Evans was playing the game and loved the athletic animations that they were doing for the game and said, I want to move like that as the character. And so some of the fights ended up being a lot more acrobatic. This is freaking rad, man. This is my kind of game. I love games. I see. Okay, I love games where there's combat and like crazy action that you got to get into, but the percentile emphasis is on exploration and traversal. Like it's just fun to be in the world. That's my blend. That's what I love. That's why I love Spider-Man so much, because it's just so fun to just be the guy. And I loved Eco. I love Uncharted for that. When Uncharted goes too heavy on action, it kind of diminishes its impact, I feel. Resident Evil's got that vibe too. Oh, that's coming for sure, Stephen Watts. Marvel Cosmic Invasion DLC, that's coming for sure. This looks so good. I'm just stunned. It's beautiful. It's like a living puppet show. There you go. That's why Breath of the Wild is my favorite game. And it's so fitting. I don't know if you guys caught this in the news, but I saw it on social media, so I don't know if it's new news. But Shigeru Miyamoto was explaining that Razer the Lost Ark was a huge influence on what became Zelda. He wanted to make a game that was, had that same kind of adventure, kind of exploration and action kind of, concoction that Raiders was. And then he noticed that all of his teammates at Nintendo were big on role-playing games. And so he kind of blended all of that. And he made a perfect game. Just a perfect blend. Indelible. Celebrating 40 years, right, this year? There you go. Sands of Time right there. Yeah, that's an excellent choice. There we go. Blade should be incredible, Drumega. Yeah, it's Arcane Leon that's working on that. I would love to visit that studio and to see how they dream up their work. Okay, here we go. Well, I think Stephen Watts is asking for a question for everybody in the chat, saying if you can get the same game on PS5, Xbox, or Switch 2, which one are you buying? Are you double dipping? There's something about, like those Square Enix HD 2D games that just seems like a better fit for me on Switch or Switch 2. Like Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined. I played it on both, and it was... I switched to PS5 Pro.
I knew you would. You should leave. While you still can.
Ooh. But I think we're going to enter an era where it's not that big of a... you're not really giving up too much to buy the Switch 2 version over the other machines right now. I think the developers are going to start to really squeeze a lot of juice out of the Switch 2. It's a powerful system. That's why I want to stream some third-party ports tomorrow. That's why PlayStation's got to make a handheld. They really do. It's so important for PlayStation to have an answer for Switch 2, and it will nip that in the bud a bit. I think that people are going to want that experience of playing something at home on the big TV and then being able to port it with them wherever they are, especially if there's cross saves and stuff. But the minute PlayStation makes their machine, they're going to be a real threat to the Switch. I don't know if it'll, or the Switch 2, I don't know if it'll sell as well as Switch 2, because, you know, no Nintendo exclusives, but it's going to be a success. It's going to be a big success. It's more important that Sony makes a handheld than a PS6. And in fact, if I was Sony, I would just say the PS6 is a handheld. And just go on from there. Like, that's it. Like, everything from now on is hybrid. We don't need to have these big tethered to the, you know, TV mega systems with... It's just, it's dumb. Like, the law of diminishing returns has hit there, you know? Like, especially if they're going to cost $1,000. It's fun, and you know, the other angle is that when Steam and Valve can figure out the pricing on the Steam box, you know, that's like the other direction. It's going to be like a pretty feature-rich PC that doesn't cost that much, meant for televisions, comparatively. And we'll see what Xbox counters with as well. But it is kind of like everything's meeting in the middle, right? Rusty, you know, like with Meta, I gotta be honest about VR. Like, Meta canceling projects and killing studios, and Meta was so far ahead with the Meta Quest, but ever since that news has hit, I'm so over the idea of putting anything on my face. Like, nothing VR related or AR related. None of that gets me excited right now. That might change, and it's going to be software dependent, but, you know, when you effectively kill Camouflage, who just made arguably something as wonderful as Half-Life Alyx with Batman. I mean, that was such a hugely important piece of software, and you kill that team. It's hard to feel any excitement for VR or AR or the idea of putting anything on my face right now. And I'm also a little, like, over the idea of, like, we have so much screen time, and I know this is a little bit going against what I'm talking about with the handheld, but we have so much screen time. The idea of putting more screens like inches from your eyeballs right now, it legit exhausts me, especially if you're sapping the will to live from the best game makers in that space right now. You know, like, just saying that it's not even worth it and unplugging all of their efforts. Okay, so what do we do here? We die if we jump into this. But yeah, hybrid consoles, that's where it's at, man. Being able to easily plug into a television and then pull that thing out and being able to, you know, take your incredible experience on a, you know, multi-hour plane or train ride. Hell yeah. That's dope. No, you can play it single player, Avatar guy. Well, there's also the Resty, screens too close to the eyes does freak me out. And there's also, like, the exhaustion element of it as well. Like, you always, it's not like you feel rejuvenated after you play games in VR. It's always like, I gotta have a lie down now. You know what I mean? Like, it's immersive, it's cool, but then it's like, okay, I'm wiped out. And I don't know if that's good. I did play a little of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on stream. Derek Simbu, and I talked a little bit about it last year, but I haven't because I've tried to like cover a broad scope of things, I never went back to it, and I definitely want to. But there's so much stuff, guys. I cover a lot of things. Okay, I haven't figured this out. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. We wait. So I can't turn it off? It's on all the time. Do I jump into the thing? The game Avalanche is real, Jack Hopkins. It really is. Now, saying that, I'm always on the hunt for buried treasures, and I have a packed episode of Reviews on the Run this week, so I'm not going to have buried treasure again this week. But I was gonna suggest something, but I think I'm gonna save that for a buried treasure. It might be next week's episode. Do I just jump in there? That seems deadly. Let's just see. It's a video game. No, I can't. Okay, don't jump on top, but jump into the hole. Let's see if I can jump into the hole here. Oh, Dartaz, you rule, my friend. Yes, please support our partners at PNP Games. Actually, this is a perfect time for me to give them a little bit of a shout out here. PNP Games, thank you so much for supporting the Electric Playground and all of the content that we're putting together, including the classic stuff, EP Classic, and now Judgment Day / Reviews on the Run Classics, premiering every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific until 10 a.m. Pacific. We're going to go back through the early days of EP and Reviews on the Run. I read you, Sam I am 111. I have to stop the cylinder. Oh, I got to go back to right. Okay, there we go. Okay. So this doesn't do anything. It's not stopping it. Okay, so there's got to be something else that I got to do here. I'm loving all these co-op games. Macho King, Scott's doing great. We just chatted a little bit. He shot me a happy birthday text, and then I texted him back a couple days ago. And he's doing great. It was awesome to hear from him. I miss him very much. He's living in Edmonton, and he pops through Vancouver every once in a while. It's been a little while since I've been to Edmonton, so next time I do go there, I definitely want to hang out with him because it's been too long. But I saw him about a month ago, and it was a great catch-up. We went out for drinks and a chat. Okay. I can't make that jump. Daximus, don't get in trouble, but thanks for being here. Ooh, Avatar Guy, Buried Treasure Stream Week. That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna just quickly say just a quick little thing here, okay? I have a great mound, a great collection of very cool machines, and this is not an endorsement or anything like that. It's stupid and it pisses me off because they're so hard to get. This device, this Analog Pocket, is one of my favorite consoles I've ever had, and I was very meh on it because you can get all kinds of cheap-ass Chinese knockoff emulation rip-off things out there, and some of them are better than others. But this device is incredible because you can pop in your actual cartridges. So if you have a big collection of Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance games, it will play them beautifully. You can get adapters so you can play Lynx games, Neo Geo Pocket Color, and TurboGrafx 16 games as well. And then there's also Open FPGA, which is very easy to install on here. And so you can get access to lots of cool arcade games and stuff like that. This is like the buried treasure machine. Every time I take this out and I dig through the stuff that I've got on here and the carts that I have, I am just blown away by how much fun it is to play these classic games, but how valuable it is to just dig into the history of the industry. And also what a mediocre job all the companies are doing at preserving that and allowing people to play a lot of this stuff. This Analog can't keep these in stock. They're too expensive, but it's honestly one of my favorite devices. It's one of my favorite gaming devices. So if you have one or have the means to get one, or they pop up on the store and they're not too expensive for you, it may take you a little while to feel like you've spent your money wisely, because that's the way it was for me, because you can get cheap things. But, I don't know, games play really well on this device, and they look really good on this device. And then you can spend a little bit more and get the dock, and you can play these classic handheld things on your TV effortlessly. I really like it, and I use it a lot for my research for finding buried treasures. It's a great deal. All right. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled programming. It's expensive, though, and the eBay prices are stupid. And honestly, I just wish Nintendo would make a new Game Boy. Let people play with their cartridges. How many of you guys have... Ooh, now can I take control of the other character? There we go. Call the girl to interact. Okay, there we go. This is eco-like. This is great. Bartholomew's got one. Kratos' voice, girl. I really had a good time with Sons of Sparta yesterday, you guys. I was really getting into it. That's one that I wish I had a PlayStation Portable that played it. I guess I could put it on the Portal, but I have to stream it. Because I would take that with me on my handheld. This is a good handheld game, too. This is gorgeous. Jesus, this is freaking beautiful. This is all about mood. This is like Mood, the game. Wait a second. I feel like there's some secrets. Probably a mask or something in here. Let's go. Yeah, there's a mask. Look at that creepy thing. What do I have, a spaghetti head? Oh, that's disturbing. I don't want that. Oh, that's just creeping me out. That just feels weird in my belly. Get that off. I don't want that. Take that mask off. I want to be the... Oh, they have goats and stuff. Oy. This is all creepy as hell. Oh, I don't want to be goat guy either. This is making me feel barfy. Okay, let's go to this thing. The bird one was okay. The bird sort of rabbit thing. Yeh, I'm getting like, I don't know, kids in Hotline Miami vibes right now, and it's feeling wrong. Especially these days. Ooh, Analog Pocket or Steam Deck, only one can win. Steam Deck. 100%. And with Steam Deck, get a refurbished LCD one if you don't have it. Because they're going to update that thing. Maybe not soon because of RAM and all that shit, but the get a refurbished LCD one for cheap if that exists anymore. I know, you know, supply chains are screwing with everything right now, but if you don't have a PC handheld or just like a you know, a Swiss Army knife handheld at a reasonable price, because I can't imagine anything is reasonable right now. The way that I would go is a Steam Deck first, you know, the first ones that came out, refurbished, maybe with a bit of a warranty on it, and then customize that, add some extra memory, because all of the Steam Decks have the same processor in them. They all handle software about the same, and it's pretty freaking good. Now you can get way more powerful PC handhelds, but not like doubly powerful handhelds, and that's coming in the next couple of years. So for price to performance, I think the launch Steam Decks are pretty attractive. If they're cheap still. I don't know what pricing is like anymore on anything. Okay, here we go. That might happen at some point, Lightning Magna. Nintendo might... I mean, Nintendo is... You know... They're not done. And the most beautiful thing I can say about Nintendo is that they have a really profound appreciation for the value of their classic content. They really understand that. They build games today with that understanding. They just released the frickin' Virtual Boy again, you know? Like, they really know that they have made beautiful products all the way along, and they understand their value. And they try to get them to people in different ways. And, you know, I think they've done a pretty reasonable job with the NSO price to value equation. But they may, I mean, they're making so much money off Pokemon right now. They may decide, wait a minute, okay, you know, maybe there is this big consumer base. What is this? This creepy as hell. What am I doing? Did I just push a dead body into this pit? Oh my god, this is terrifying. I don't want to go to this world. I will play it though. But Nintendo may change tactics. You know, they have done it before. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. But I do know that they understand that people like to play retro stuff. They get it. They also see how much money these little, you know, knockoff companies have been making with their little cheap emulation handhelds, and that's got to piss them off. So, you know, I don't understand why they don't make a Game Boy. I just do it. It's not going to eat into the profits of the Switch. It's just going to, honestly, it's going to add value. It's going to mean that people will carry 2 Nintendo products around with them. Why am I not running a game company? I mean, I would have been a way less interesting track for me to like try to be an executive with these people. And I probably would have lost a lot of money for a company, but I would have tried to come up with some good ideas for you guys. But they should have a Nintendo out there. They should have a Game Boy out there. And not just like a closed system Game Boy that comes with 20 games, which is probably what they're working on. They should have a machine that plays the cartridges and has a download store and has built-in saves, so you don't have to worry about batteries and cartridges going dead. They would make so much money, and it would be so good for the preservation of the industry. That wasn't my path. My path was to be a producer, a TV producer, and you know, help people tell their stories about the things that they create for us. And I've been so lucky, thanks to you guys, and so appreciative. Jordan from Canada, thanks for being here. Okay, so we, what do we got here? What do we got? Ooh, Sam I Am 111 has journeyed on this adventure in the past. I get you. Stephen Watts. I actually had a choice. Yeah, I worked at Black Box Games between season 2 and 3 of EP. And I was like the 12th employee. And Black Box eventually got bought by EA. I was a game designer. I worked on a NASCAR game, NASCAR 2000. And I was kind of thrown in the deep end to try to understand the inner workings of a team and how the art department worked with the programming department and how we were conceiving features and all that stuff and working within the hierarchy of EA. It was great education. But then I had the opportunity to drive back into Electric Playground and grow it. And so I had to make a call whether I stayed in game development with this fantastic group of people. A lot of them went on to work on Need for Speed, and a lot of them went off to found United Front Games, and I would have been with those guys, and I love a whole bunch of them. They're all really, really cool people. But I knew how singular Electric Playground was. There was one of us. There was one show like what we were doing, still to this day. And the opportunity to continue on that path was just so special and such a crazy, cool opportunity and adventure. And I knew that if I didn't do it, I had this idea that if I didn't do it, that I didn't think many others would attempt to do it. And I feel that still. Like, I feel like people just, even well-funded companies and corporations haven't figured out how to do what we did with EP. And so anyways, I made the right choice, even though it would have been a very fun alternate life to go into game development, and then maybe I would have been some kind of an executive at a studio or ended up at a publisher. I don't know. But I made the right choice. I've loved my journey, every step of it. Mr. Calavera, thank you. This is disgusting. So you have a choice of plunging toilets or excavating this destroyed body. Not for the squeamish. So I'm legit puzzle solving by plunging toilets right now. Grim Grooves. Thanks for being here for that journey with me, my friend. It's a plunger puzzler. This is disgusting. Oh my god. Is this game trying to make me barf? Like I don't feel so good. This is just gross. I just pulled out a body out of a freaking toilet. Yee! What the hell? That's gross. Video and Arcade Top 10 was an inspiration for me, Grim Grooves, because I hated that freaking show. That show felt like an insult to somebody that was in their 20s that loved video games and wanted to learn more. And I said this to Nintendo because they were sponsoring the show. I was pretty cheeky back then, but I said, there's a lot more to dig into here than just like selling these games to kids. Like this is a really powerful medium, and we should start exploring the stories of how this stuff came to be. And this is such a cheap show that's just, it's like a big infomercial. And they were sponsoring that show, but they were not offended. They took in what I said to them, and they ended up becoming an incredibly important and just awesome supporter of EP, an incredible ally for EP right from the very beginning. Nintendo's always been very cool with our productions and great to work with. Still work with them to this day. You know, they really are just awesome. They've just been awesome allies all the way along. Same with Sony. Sony's been incredible, and Xbox. I mean, I just tweeted out, I got to know all the people that were making Xbox happen in the year 2000 and in 2001. And, you know, got to work with everybody. It was really cool. And at certain points, at certain junctures, it was like, well, why would we support you guys? Why would we sponsor your show when you got, our competitor in there? And I would say, look, this is a show about the whole business. This is a show for everybody. And, we're going to cover all of it. And that's what we should be doing, is, supporting the whole idea of game development and why games matter as storytelling and as a creative medium. And it won't work if we're just, it's not the electric PlayStation. Let's go talk about everything. And they got it. It is still a thrill for me to see the credits of our show, and see all of those different brands line up there, and they were all in on the idea that it takes a budget to make this stuff, and they supported that. And grateful to the visionary people, the kind people that were there to help us make all that stuff along the way. And I would like to see more of that kind of, let's work together kind of thinking now, especially now. It shouldn't feel so rare. Okay, what's happening here? It is a gorgeous game, right? Reminds you of Inside, Jordan from Canada says. I've found quite a few masks already. But I liked my little bird mask here. I'd like to see those toys in the background. Objective is to get the wheels and put them on the train cart. Okay. Have I missed some of them? It's very gloomy, this game, so I'm not catching all of the intricate little details in the background. Gotta remember to use my light source. Okay, here we go. Inside was unbelievable. Media Hobbit, I'm going to stream it on Switch 2. I think it launches Friday, right? So I'm good to start streaming on Friday. Okay, so I have keys. I got a key. Do I still have it in my inventory? Oh, okay, so I gotta pull that guy out of the toilet again. It's the sentence I didn't think I was gonna say today, but okay, let's get this. Okay, got you. And there was one more over here. Okay, I think it's this is so solid. It just feels so like actual, like physically created. The physics are amazing. It's games like this that really make you think we live in a simulation, huh? Okay. You rock, Sam. I am 111. You're keeping me kind of figured out. Oh my God, that's like a door for him. That's crazy. That's like a subplot in Wonder Man, by the way. Okay, so let's open this up. Oh, I need a plunger. And it's right there. And then I gotta pull this guy out of the toilet. This is amazing. Wow. Have I read any of the DCKO comics? Oh, I gotta go through here. I don't know. I don't think I have. Something's about to happen. Absolute Batman's crazy. It's such a cool book, man. I've got the collected first one, the first collection of like 6 episodes or 7 issues. I mean, and I'm deep into that. I've got the first 12 issues, so I've got a ways to go still, but loving it. Scott Snyder's a hell of a writer, and the art is incredible. And I just picked up Superman Year One as a collected graphic novel. I haven't read that yet. And I started to read some Spider-Man Noir comics on the Marvel Ultimate comic collection on the iPad. That's a very cool series as well. Scott, I'm playing this on PC. So I don't know if it's on Xbox. I would imagine it is. I think it's everywhere. I think it's on Switch too as well. All right, here we go, guys. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, shut up. Freaking what? Oh my God. They're kids. I have not seen the Hot Toys Absolute Batman figure. I love the Hot Toys stuff. I've got a pretty good collection of Hot Toys, but I kind of stopped when they were, you know, $200 to $250, and now they're like $300 or $400 or something like that. They're crazy expensive now. Okay, now what do I do? What am I supposed to do? Just run? Okay, with a giant wheel. Okay, let's run. And what do I press to run? What are the controls here? Gameplay. Oh, crossplay's on here. That's cool. Run is RT. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys. We're bolting. Let's go. Frickin' run! Run! Ah! Run! Run for your frickin' lives! Run! Yikes. Go! Okay. What do we do? Okay, hold on to that. Okay. This is really cool. Keith Roberts said, no, this is single player, so there is a single player ability here. Gorgeous game. Wow. Bink to bonk. Did you look for me on the freaking Epstein list? Man, I'm a million billion miles away from those freaking creeps. The Epstein class. Disgusting people. Ugh, all of them. I did meet Deepak Chopra at Comic-Con one year, and he gave me the creeps. He was a weird freaking guy. Just don't have gurus, guys. Just the entitlement of these pigs. It's unbelievable. They all need to be brought to justice. Hell yeah. And if it crashes systems, let it happen. No excuses, man, especially after all of his, indictments and stuff, and people were still begging him for money and access and stuff. Frickin' gross. No excuses for that garbage. Disturbing. We need a reset. We need to, justice for those kids for sure, but we need a reset to civility and empathy and not wealth and power being the only way that people can find peace and justice. Oh my God. Yeah, it really is just heinous. All of they're demons. They're literal demons walking around on this planet. And I'm not a religious guy. It's so freaking disturbing. The Trump Epstein files, absolutely. Arg Scott, 100%. Oh my God. This is a freaking terrifying game. Get in there! What are you doing? Get in! Okay. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that, right? Ooh, he caught one of the kids. This is really cool. I've known a lot of wealthy people in my life because of the access and stuff that I've had, and there are great, tuned in, empathetic, people that earn their success, and then there are people that I've met that are like You can see the rot in their eyes, you know? Like, they just don't care about other human beings. It's like they breathe different air than other people, and they just come across so, I don't know, polluted. Oh my god, this is awesome. Wow! Creepy enemy, yeah. This is really, really beautiful design, man. This company is really special. Okay, here we go. It is wild to be playing as children being pursued by these demonic, monstrous adults at this current time in this climate. It's hard not to see an allegory here, right? Oh my god. Yikes! Oh my god. Right, Big D's? This game is sadly non-fiction, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Anyways, I think there's a lot of common feeling here about this, and we're all talking about it. I don't want to, you know, hijack this stream with discussions about this darkness out there, but I mean, this is it's kind of painting a picture right here, isn't it? Jesus. This is not easy! Just got to go for the window at that point. Okay. This one of your faves recently, Sam I Am 111? The window in the truck? In the ice cream truck? Where the hell am I going? No, can't go that way. Okay. No, the train car, okay. Stay low, go left. Have you played this too, Jack Hopkins? Far left? The absence of UI and the static cameras does make it a little trial and error. Oh, I see. I'm going into the foreground here. He can see me? Oh man, I didn't know that. Hide in the middle, front crates, and let him look around. Total Limbo vibe. Thanks, Stephen Watts. Thanks, Sam I Am 111. Okay, here we go. Okay, right there, I get you. This is wonderful. Good God. Like, you gotta think Tim Burton's playing this right now. Or his people. Get up there! No. Great. So cinematic. Ah! Wow. Frickin' run! Run! Ah, run! Oh my god. Run! Get up! Go! Oh, this is wicked. Run! Oh my god! Whoa! I told you to leave. Wow, this is marvelous. Thank you, Cryptics. Hyper Mega Bomb wants more toilets in the game. The game's always got toilets. You guys notice that? Oh, the demo ends here? Okay, got you. I'm loving that there's demos for so much stuff these days. That's absolutely the right move. But as we discussed on yesterday's stream, it's time for some very wealthy, good-hearted person to take a huge loss and reopen Blockbusters around North America. Get people to leave their frickin' homes and go mingle with the masses and go rent games and movies and have a nice coffee at the new Blockbuster Cafe, play some arcade games at the new Blockbuster Arcade, and have a good time. Right? That isn't happening, Portal Player. I know, but you know what I'm saying? We're all turning into Wall-E characters. We're all sitting in our floating chairs waiting for, come to me, click, click, deliver, download. Consume, consume, consume. I feel like it's so important to get out. Ah! I'd actually love to make a show visiting comics shops and record shops and game stores and stuff like that. I think that'd be so fun. Go! Run from the snake people! I'm gonna have freaking nightmares tonight for sure. This is not little nightmares, this is big nightmares. Okay, what the hell? What happened there? There's like a pit? That's not safe. Okay, go! Go! It's freaking dark around here. Jump! Man, there's not a moment of, like, chill in this game. Oh, go, 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 go! What the hell? Where am I going? Down here? Did I come from here? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I think I am going the right way. Okay. This is unbelievable. What a gorgeous game. This studio, holy crap, they're killing it. Where are these guys based? More libraries. Yeah, loaning out video games. Yeah, absolutely. You guys ever go to the library to check out a video games? Anybody do that? Feels like that's fairly common. I would love to do that, Mr. Calavera. Tarsiers in Sweden. Oh, they know how to make good-looking stuff out there. That is so cool. Well, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great Swedish development out there. John Yomtop, thanks for pinning all the links, my friend. You rule. Jaffe's got pretty good taste, Sam I Am 111. He's got an eclectic kind of look at software out there. But I am feeling like maybe he's making calls on games a little sooner than he should. Just play it a little bit longer. Like Sons of Sparta is a fun game. You just got to play it for a bit. Oh, okay, here we go. But I think he shares my opinion that games need to hit sooner because we're saturated and people are busy and, you know, TikTok ain't waiting for people, you know? I swear, whoever makes up the first TikTok of games, which I know sounds disgusting, but they're going to make a fortune where they're like 3-minute little, fun little mini games, and you can just swipe up, and you got to know that that's coming. Jaffe's got ADD. Okay, oh, I get that. I mean, his mind works, man. That guy is like a quick machine. When you chat with him, you really recognize that. I know, Gnomish Viking. I know, but, look at what's... if you could chart attention spans and graph that for people, for human beings. Like our hope is in our kids, like... Get your kids off of frickin' Roblox as quickly as you can and give them the software that Roblox is ripping off as quickly as you can and get them to think a little bit more about what they're consuming, Like I was just talking to my daughter today about the 80s. I talk about the 80s quite a bit with my kid, and thankfully she had Stranger Things as a touch point. But I was talking about Sylvester Stallone's rise in pop culture and how he bet on himself to write the script for Rocky and refused to sell the rights to the movie unless he was the star of the film, and then that made him an international superstar. And that was a very interesting conversation to think about because, now people become famous because they rip off some recipe and then they film it well and make it a 3-minute thing, And it's so ephemeral. And it's rarely about, the art that they put out into the world. It's more about aesthetics. And anyways, it was interesting to talk about the idea of having faith in your ability and believing in what you can kind of champion. But now, the idea of Rocky can be distilled into 3-minute clips that people swipe through, and meme. Because attention span. Ooh, this kid gonna get captured? The scariest ice cream truck since Twisted Metal. Kids, let's talk about the 80s, Media Hobbit. Great to have you here, pal. Oh, Media Hobbit, that's amazing. You work at the library system. That's so cool. Kampai, that's an amazing way to let your kids into the space for sure. There are millions of people listening to a 3-hour-long podcast, but people's attention spans are dwindling. Yeah, but I feel like people are listening to stuff while they're doing something else, which is also indicative of our, multifunctioning brains. There's some value in all that, but I think that we are, people are playing video games and listening to podcasts. People are driving and listening to podcasts, and I feel like we don't want to miss anything that's happening in the world. And I'm as guilty of this as anybody. Like, we just live in this information freaking faucet kind of world now. And it's just like a torrent, like inescapable. And you don't want to like look away because there's always something titillating. And boredom is outlawed, and I don't know. I think unplugging and getting analog with your stuff, super important. Ooh, okay, here we go. I have Avatar Guy. I have sat down and listened to audio drama. I used to do that when I was younger. I don't have the time to do that right now, though. What's my opinion on all the Xbox news? I think it's really sad. I think I've talked a bit about this on streams. I didn't make a whole video about this, partially because I feel like we put too much emphasis on video game publisher and hardware CEOs and executives, and the story about video games isn't that. It's the people that make games. That's the real story about games, and they're going to persevere. They're going to figure out how to get their art out into the world, and we're going to figure out a way to play those games. And they don't need these big companies. That's the truth of it. They don't need these big companies. And frankly, these big companies are in such a weird position right now because the budgets are so high and the risks are so high that many companies are pushing back on people with cool ideas and saying, you go out and kickstart this thing and generate a fan base and get people excited. And then if you get a certain amount of interest in this from your own work, then we'll come in and pay you some money to finish the project, which is so antithetical to the idea of pushing the medium forward right now. And so there's going to be a lot of smart, savvy, creative people that figure out how to finance their stuff in interesting new ways, and that will become a lot less dependent on these big conglomerates. And so this idea of focusing all the attention on executives who aren't really tastemakers, they're really more about managing assets and appeasing shareholders than anything else right now, is I don't know. It's counterintuitive to where great games are taking us. It wouldn't be terrible business for Microsoft to spin off Xbox, to find a way to partner with allies that want to. Maybe it's a small collection of mid-sized companies that band together to build Xbox as an independent thing that's separated from what Microsoft is. And maybe that's where it goes, but yeah, I don't know. We're in for some changes, for sure. Big changes are coming. I just want everybody to kind of understand that it's the game makers that are really the important ingredient here. And studios are closing, and developers are getting laid off, and it sucks, and it's challenging, Live service has got to go to bed. Like, we've had way too much of that crap. But some cool new ideas are going to start coming up. AI is going to be an ingredient in the way that stuff is prototyped and worked out and concepted. But creative ambition from human beings is going to persevere, and we're going to see some awesome new studios and awesome new games and awesome new hardware. I mean, that's true, too. Look at this freaking Analog. Like, it's a cool little company, you know? Well, there's a GameSir, I think, has got this new thing where I don't even know what the details are yet, but they have worked out some kind of system where your entire Steam library will work on Mac, which is something that Apple should have figured out. So, yeah, like the creative concepts around video games are going to always change. They always will. And I don't know if Xbox as we know it is going to persevere, but it'll be really terrible that all that money and all that effort and all that goodwill was spent in the direction to make Xbox one of the important players in the space, and then it's just like Seamus is suggesting in his recent interview, sunsetted by Microsoft. I hope it doesn't. I hope that they pivot. I hope that they listen to their fans. I wrote the CEO a tweet and got a lot of attention, but I put out 5 different ideas for the way that Xbox should go moving forward, and one of them is they should double down on backwards compatibility and make it so that their systems should continue to have some kind of disk-based interface, and then if anybody's got a library of existing Xbox or Xbox 360 games, all of those games should be playable on existing and future Xbox hardware. And then that would mean that you could buy them digitally as well. They own Activision, so I think that Activision and Marvel should work out a deal with their existing Marvel licensed IP, because Activision had the Marvel license for a long time, and there's so many great games that are just sitting there abandoned. They should bring those games back. They should recommit to physical, so people have the choice to feel like they own their software. And the biggest example of that is Indiana Jones. It's physical on Switch 2, but not on Xbox. Preposterous. And that's a game about collecting. He's the ultimate collector, Indiana Jones, and you can't really collect the game. You can't really own it. You own a freaking, an empty disc that unlocks a download code. It's stupid. Even if your media is it's like the game is on there and you press it into the machine and it downloads the game to the system. That's fine. It sucks that it takes up storage. Like if the media can't spin off the disc fast enough, I get it. I understand that's true for Switch 2 cards as well. That's fine. Just that the software should be on that physical media. You should feel like you own that in your collection. And then they should go back in time to their lesser known IP and recommit to bringing out remasters and sequels to things that made Xbox, like Crimson Skies and Mech Assault and Crackdown, a bunch of other ones. They should preserve those and baby them and build on that. So I suggested those ideas, and we'll see what happens. Crimson Skies, John Yomtov, sitting right there. And they have the Indiana Jones game rights. There's something that they could really do that's very special. They could also work with Disney and throw in the Rocketeer. I mean, they could really start thinking out of the box and do something really special. Have all of these anti-fascist superheroes, rise up in a really cool way. Figure out how to throw classic cap in there as well. It'd be amazing. Indiana Jones in the Bad Fur Day. I'm playing this on Steam. Yes, I am, Krillin64. I'm playing this on PC. I had intended to play this on the ROG Xbox Ally X. I hope I got all the names on that right. And it was working for a second, and then it stopped outputting to the TV, to the monitor that I have here for some reason. So, and I was just like, well, I don't want to fiddle with this. I want to just play the game. I want to stream. Because I have to split around in about an hour or so. So I wanted to just get going, and I didn't have time to fiddle. That's the one thing that all of these PC handhelds have got to figure out. Like, enough with the fiddling. It should be as simple as the Switch. It should just work. And rarely is that true. Okay, I got an achievement for that. I don't know why. Okay. Do I prefer the Polymega N64 or the Analog 3D? I much prefer the Analog 3D so far. But the Polymega is a pretty cool device, guys. It's a pretty damn cool device. I know it's crazy expensive, but I have this massive library of disk-based systems and cart-based systems. And having this one device that I can go to, and I use it often, you know, when I'm doing Buried Treasures or retro streams or whatever, I go into that all the time to take a look. But the Analog 3D is very special. I'm on the fence about whether I'm going to pick up the Mod Retro M64. I'm not especially a big fan of the politics over there, but I do like the hardware that they make. So I might pick it up, but I might not talk about it. Maybe I'll just do like a comparison video or something like that. But, you know, when I say that, I'm acutely aware that, you know, Microsoft is embedded in a lot of weird surveillance stuff. And, you know, I'm sure PlayStation or Sony has got some fingers in some duplicitous pots as well. And there's a lot of the tech space is in a very weird position right now. You know, we're being surveilled, and it's a little uncomfortable. You put Wolfenstein 3D as your Facebook banner so people know where you stand. I Red Earth. Oh, John, yeah, I'm tough. Hell yes. We are doing a Wolverine stream for sure. I gotta say that I have the chromatic because the ads eventually got to me. I don't know if they put it on sale or whatever, but it was showing up in my social streams all the time, the ad for the chromatic. And so even though I didn't need it because I love the Analog Pocket, I was like, I gotta check this out. And I do really like the build of that thing. The Pocket's much better, but the chromatic is very well made. And so I am curious about the M64. RE9 stream on Friday. Scotty, hey, I'm going to be playing it on the Nintendo Switch too. Does that sound cool? Oh, Person of Interest was great. We did some interviews with the cast and crew. Scott Jones met all those guys at New York Comic Con. And we liked that show. It was cool. Oh, metagamers. Hell yeah. I've been saying that for years. The iPad could be a real threat for portable gameplay. Hell yeah, man. With a controller. Like, Apple just doesn't take it. They're too ambivalent. You know, they're just sort of like, yeah, you know, people might use our stuff for playing games on. And if they really went at it, yeah, the iPad could be a really big deal. Same with an iPad mini with 2 controllers around it. I mean, that screen tech is pretty impressive, and the horsepower on that could be great. They need to get the M chips onto an iPad mini, and that would be a pretty powerful little machine right there. Siren, thank you so much. 3 years of supporting me on Twitch, my friend. You rock. Thank you. Thanks for the love. You are the best. Hyper Mega Bomb's getting RE9 on Switch for your birthday. Is that this Friday, Hyper Mega Bomb? If I can, I have to check the embargo stuff, but if I can stream Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 on Switch 2 tomorrow, I'm going to do that. And then the other thing that I'm thinking of is I'll stream a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I know has been a little bit controversial for some hyper fans out there on Nintendo Switch 2. And then there's one other game that I'm thinking of. I got to hear back from the publisher. So we'll stream a few different Switch 2 ports tomorrow. That's my plan right now. Oh, Hyper Mega Bum, happy early birthday. Okay, here we go. There, that's what we need. Now, that just is going to fit in my pocket? No, okay. Is that guy going to... We're going to wake that guy up? Nope, he's fine. No, wait a second here. Let's see if there's anything in this box now. This is great, man. I'm really enjoying this game. Nope. You think the RE games have been lackluster over the last little while, Big D's? Does anybody agree with that statement? Because I sure don't. I think the exact opposite of that, you don't need an Xbox anymore statement would be to say, if you want to play the history of video games, you need an Xbox. They have enough money to figure out the licensing on everything, and they should do that. I think everybody would buy an Xbox that likes video games if they could play all of their classic games and have access to everything. Because their backwards compatibility has been pretty phenomenal, actually, like some great upgrades and stuff. And it's not enough to bank the future. Like, they got to commit to the future of games, for sure. But it does suggest it as an all-in-one solution, and I think people like that. Ooh. Like, I was playing Max Payne on Series X off of my original Xbox, my OG Xbox disc, and it was wonderful. I know, Bink to Bonk, but, you know, they can't really market that. No, not all 360 games work SFGF. Where am I? Very dark in here. Okay. And that should be the case, right? You should be able to pop in your copy of NBA Street 3 into your Series X, and it plays. I think it's very marketable, 7-Eleven. I think that it's really, you know what it is? It's not just about buying that old software or owning that old software. It's that it's a solution. And it's because we live in such a disposable tech kind of world, and we just accepted it. But this isn't tech. This is art. And you shouldn't feel like when you buy something, the art becomes obsolete because the tech does. And I think if Microsoft changed their tuning on that, and they have to a degree, and they just went all in on that and said, look, we've worked it out with everybody, and anything that you might own, you have access to, and then check this out on the store. You can buy all those games again. You know, like, here's Outrun 2. Go for it, you guys. I mean, the list is endless. There's so many incredible pieces of software. Because I'll tell you what, there's hundreds of millions of dollars being made by emulation devices right now. It's a big industry. There's a lot of YouTubers that have huge numbers just playing all these games or all these systems that play all of these retro games. And if Xbox went all in on being the home for that, and it's licensed and it's accurate and it's kind of like what Apple did with music, I think people would respect that, and I think they would say, well, you got to have an Xbox because it's going to play all of this incredible history of software. I don't know. That's my thought. I might be very naive with that, but I do feel like there is this move to analog, not the company, but to offline stuff. And there is this move to fixing things, and there is this move to preservation. And Xbox has an opportunity to go big with that and to define themselves as the arbiter and the curator of the history of the medium, especially because they own so much of the industry already, you know? And they do a good job with their owned IP. Like, you can dig into a classic Fallout, no problem, and you know, there's a lot of beautiful jewels on Game Pass currently. But there's a lot that's missing, a lot of gaps. Yeah, Def Jam Vendetta. It's like being able to throw in the Spy Hunter on the original Xbox, and you throw it into your. If they made the original, I'm not sure if they made Spy Hunter for original Xbox, but you guys know what I mean. You got your copy of Ultimate Spider-Man, throw it into the Xbox Series X, and it plays beautifully. It works on the 360, the original Xbox, but for Series X, because of licensing bullshit, it doesn't work on that, which is dumb as hell. Throw in High Heat Baseball 2003 into your Xbox Series X. There you go. Now, I recognize I'm one of a small pool, you know, of people, and many of that pool is playing Fortnite right now. I get that. But I think there's value in saying there's value in your collection. All right, here we go. Wow. This is There's a lot of childhood nightmares coming true right here. Don't let your kids go into washing machines. Crazy. This is so disturbing. Oh! Oh my god, this is so gross. Yeah, agreed, metagamers, I know. Well, you know, the new CEO, she tweeted out, should we bring blades back from the Xbox 360? And that's such an inside baseball topic of discussion that predicated my whole thinking. Like, Xbox's future is kind of tied to them honoring where they've come from, you know? Eternal CML, this part you did not enjoy this part. Can I jump into the tubs or anything like that? Like, is there any... Oh. Oh, I see. You gotta wait till he's gonna open that door. Okay, I get you. Shit. I can't... You can't look away. This is a little tedious, this little part right here. Okay. Get to the grate as quickly as possible. Is there a grate there? I didn't see a grate. The AI has to open it, yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm figuring. So there's nowhere to, like, hide. You have to kind of move gingerly and avoid. Shit, sees me. Nope, done. Okay. This part was annoying, Daximus says. There's a smaller one, okay. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't know where the frack I'm supposed to go. Yeah, you can tell me, Eternal. Where do I go? I'm playing this with you guys. I'm okay with a little back seating. Who's saying that? Kampai? Yeah, you guys can backseat me a little bit here. I mean, this is nuts. He sees me no matter where the frack I am here, man. This is crazy. Okay. The small grate opening by the big one. You mean this one? This goes... I go back the other way. Up here? Excuse me. Okay. I didn't want to move because I knew it was going to get me. Alright, I hear you. Left end, Eternal CMO, I got you. I mean, what the hell? I was there. I was behind the frickin' tub. This screen I don't like. This is the first time where it's the game's letting me down here. Nope, sees me. Boo! Not as bad as the dinosaur game, no. That was dumb. Tokyo Scramble. I did make a comment about the name in my review, but there actually is a Tokyo Scramble, and it's what happens when everybody crosses that busy intersection. They call that the Tokyo Scramble. Okay. Okay, did it. All right, here we go. Disgusting. Not for kids, this one. First try, Jack. I want to look around the corner here, but I... Did Seamus change his tune? I'm an idiot. Okay, what the hell do I do here? A gap in the fence to the left. Oh, crawl into it? No, no, no. The AI companion is smarter than the friend I played it with. Deximus. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Currently, though. No, nothing this way. I mean, not having full control of the camera, I guess, is part of the design. It feels like this is wide open, but what can I... maybe I climb up in here? Let's see. No? It's like I want to look around that corner, but I can't. I can't sneak in there. That's just a sit-down cue. That's all I can do right there. I have a thought on the toilet. Okay, come on now. Come towards the camera, slow clap. I mean, I've been in here, but there's nothing I can... Do I climb on this guy? It is a lot of trial and error, this game, eh? Climb up on here. Maybe push this? I don't know. What the hell? What do I do? Can't climb there. Hey, Blurry Gill, good to see you. I don't quite know what I'm doing in this scene. It is a game of scenes, isn't it? I need to leave the way I came in? Ooh, okay. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, because now I've got a crowbar, so I guess that's the idea here. Okay. Well, this mofo is going to be coming out of nowhere. Oh, it really is, Blurry. Lots of fun stuff. Hope everything's going great for you. Congrats on a big year for the Big N. Oh no. No, they're terrifying, those freaking creatures. Tons to talk about, my man. So much to play and chat about. We are inundated with entertainment choice. Okay, up we go, up we go. These, like, dead bodies are... What the hell? Where am I going? Not there. Ah, it is like trial and error. It's like crazy. Okay. Let's go. Nope. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, he just crawled out of that body. That is so disturbing. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Router, you only got half the masks? The Swedes know how to make incredible games, don't they, Blurry Girl? Blurry Gill. Just so good. Okay, we came in there. Just say Gil. Yeah. I didn't get the pig mask. No, I haven't been on the hunt for the masks. I got a couple. They're all freaking creepy, I'll tell you that. I got the, I don't know, the brain mask. No thank you. And the goat. Nope, I like what I have. Hey, Lee, good to see you. there's really no hint about where to go, right? Like you just have to kind of feel your way in the dark here a bit. Something tells me our little buddy is going to get gobbled up. Nope, 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 nope. Grim Groove says you're saving the kids and getting out of Dodge any way you can. Yeah, hard not to see the parable right now. I've come from this way. That looks like got you. Got you, Gil. Take it easy, Big D's. I have not had time to see the Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Gonna go check out Nirvana, the show, the movie. I don't know what the whole title is. That's next in the queue, and I'll have that in reviews on the run this week. Gonna have a packed show this week. All right, let's see where we're going here. Holy Christ, this is terrifying. It's honestly, it's like the developers of Tarsier asked their kids for the scariest imagery. Like, you guys craft the design document, and then they make that. These are like totally like childhood nightmares right here. This is insanity. I used to have this really spooky dream where I would talk to people, but they'd have squishy heads. And they would put their hands on their heads and they would squish them. And I remember that just creeping me right out. And here's the game. I'm playing that right now. Okay, okay. I get you. Crowbar. Crowbar and duct tape, man. That's all you need. Well, I think that's everybody's observation of the now 7-Eleven. They wrote on YouTube, it feels like you wrote the premise for Toy Story 5, kids being consumed by technology and neglecting their childhood. Yeah, it's, you know what? I mean, there's a lot of beautiful convenience of today, in the world of today. A lot of things to satisfy our time with, you know, and to engage our fun time with. But we have lost the ability to be bored. I think kids have, for sure, and how important that is, right? It's when you're bored, you daydream, and when you daydream, you plan. You plan for your future, and you envision, you project what the person you're going to be in those moments of stillness, and we don't have that anymore. I think about that a lot. But at the same time, I think, you know, like I look at my own daughter and how busy she has become and how many things she is into and interested in and how much she's engaging with. And I'm really happy for her for that, you know, because I was into a lot of things, but I was working since I was 12. I had paper route, you know, which is a job that doesn't exist anymore. And so I was busy, like, earning my own money and setting goals and things like that. It's different for kids now. But I do think that being bored is healthy, and we need to collectively learn how to do that. And I certainly don't. I don't speak from, like, I've found the way to do that, because I am always busy and I'm always engaged with something. But I think it's important to, like, take a breath, man. Unplug. Okay, this is terrifying. Nightmare fuel! Ah! Oh my lord, this is crazy! Ah! Get the fuck out of it! Whoa! Oh, that's nuts! Okay, that's so cool. Yeah, I was a good paper boy. I had 3 paper routes from the time I was 12 until I was 17, and then I worked at a shoe store, and yeah, I kept busy. We didn't grow up with money. My mom was on welfare, you know. Her job was just feeding us and taking care of us. So if I wanted to go out and buy my video games and comic books, I had to make my own money. And I was fine. That's what I mean, because I did, that's why we have Electric Playground. Okay, go, go. Basically, all the stuff I collected. I don't know where we're going, but we're running. Oh, no. Are we burning this down? I don't know what the... Oh, we're putting it in the gas... Oh, okay. We're putting it in the truck. We're driving the truck away. This is so freaky. Gas in the truck, yes. It's dusty in the scene, for sure. Okay. Go. Have you played through this, Gil? Go! Oh, sweet tooth. There we go. We need some rocket launchers on this thing. Look at this game. What a frickin' masterpiece. It's so beautiful. Every tiny little nook and cranny is so fetishized, so plotted and carefully constructed. I mean, there's a lot to be said for developers taking control of the camera and letting you see what they want you to see. Good night. Good night. I'm gonna run you over. No! Oh my god! Holy crap, this is crazy! Wow! Like a scene from Terminator. This is amazing. Oh, he got me! Oh! This is so cool. Get him! Get him! They gotta be working on a movie for this. This is so incredible. Whoa! He's just gonna eat me. Get him. Oh, come on! You gotta wait till he kind of comes in. Gil, your little scared doggy is amazing. That's a great little gif. Alright, here we go. Oh! Am I supposed to duck there? I guess it's like a... Driving without a license is severely frowned upon. Borg 1. I see. I duck. I get you, game. Cool. Get him out of there! Oh, you're just squishing his brains out. Oh, it's so spooky. Oh my god. Woo! What a game! This is cinema, man. Dead. The end credits. Saddest game ever. Okay. Nice try, Lao Che. Very good callback there, Mr. Calavera. Hey, Krudzinski, good to have you here, pal. What now? What? Got about 10 more minutes that I can play because I've got an appointment that I got to get to here. But very, very impressed by this. Yeah, I'll be playing some tonight. I'm not going to stream more Krudzinski. But yes, I'm going back to that. I had a lot of fun yesterday with Sons of Sparta. We have a lot of great stuff coming out these days, guys. Developers really know what they're doing, you know? That's why Scramble was such a shock that it was so disappointing. It was so mediocre. Below mediocre. Not in here, okay. See you soon, Gil. All the best to you. Avatar guy, thanks for being here, pal. Could almost make a Half-Life game like this. My favorite Switch game, it's Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's my favorite game of all time, currently. I was utterly in awe sitting down and playing that for the first time, as was everybody I know that was playing that in 2017. I got into Diablo 4, but I know where you're coming from. I really wanted to play Diablo 4 offline. I really wished, because I liked playing it in handheld mode. I was playing it on the Steam Deck and on the Allies, and that just felt like, why does this have to be a live service always online thing? I think that's done so much damn damage to games. This perpetual, like, hey, try the store. It's such garbage. Hey, you want to get some new boots? You want to pay $5 for boots? It's like, shut up. No, I don't. You really need some armor for your horse. No, I don't. No, I don't. And if I did, I'll just find it and I'll unlock it. Thanks. Okay, what are we doing here? We're opening it all the way, or... Okay. And then we climb down, and then what? Wow, what a game. This is really cool. I found, much like Red Dead Redemption 2, I loved Tears of the Kingdom, don't get me wrong, but I felt like it was too much game. And same with Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, by the end of that 100-hour adventure of Red Dead 2, I was like, can we be done? Can we, is that good? Do I jump across to that? Oh, I see. She has to bring it in. Okay. Okay. I see. Okay. And then what do I do? I tell her to move it? No. Okay. Get on there, girl. Red Dead Redemption 2 is an amazing game. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely stunning and gorgeous, but, and there's so much beautiful gameplay, lots of emergent stuff in there, but it just went on too long for me. But Red Dead 1, its length, its story, its emergent gameplay, even though it's not as good looking, that was perfection. Okay, come on. What am I doing here? How do I activate this? It's not B. Oh, it's this. Can you turn that thing without me? Bink to Bonk, of course I'll be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm sure I'll be playing it on the PlayStation 5 Pro when that comes out. Okay, go across, I know, but I can't jump across. I need her to pull this side into the wall. No? Or maybe I do that. Oh, do we both need to do it? Okay. Oh, I see. Just enough. Okay, I got you. All right. I got you, game. There we go. Okay. Oh, and then we go back? Okay, all right. I have an OLED TV, Bink to Bonk, an LG G4, unintentional, 65-inch OLED TV, and it's a real beaut. Games and movies and stuff look amazing on that. All right, so doors are wide open. Is there a boat that I can go to? Great. Yikes! Oh, 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 oh. No, Jesus Christ. Okay. Are we getting out here? No, I don't think so. Whoa. Oh my God, this is terrifying. Okay, so we're going to that little light there, I guess. This is an excellent game. Daximus, how close am I to the end of the game here? Pardon me. Okay. Halfway. I think I gotta finish this. This is really good. Thank you, Daximus. One more. All right. Do I just go through here? Looks like I do. Nope. All right, you guys, I gotta call it there. Oh, what a game. Woo! That is a very cool game. Oh my god. The immersion. Stunning. So fun. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hitting that sub button. Everybody that's new on the channels, appreciate you very much. Thank you for all the support, all the you know, the fun, good vibes that you send me, and also this incredible community. I'm so privileged to have you as a supporter, and I appreciate you very much. I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be streaming some Switch 2 ports, so come back for that. And then new reviews on the run this week. Classic Judgment Day, Classic EP as well. We will see you soon. And until then, where's my mouse? There it is. Play forever.